What's up everyone, Erica here, and I'm back today with another video for you. So as you can probably guess by the title of this video today, I'm going to be going over my entire collection of Disney makeup. I have been into makeup a really long time. I would say makeup and Disney is what really brought me to YouTube. And I remember finding YouTube channels that there were makeup artists who were creating looks based off of characters or their interpretation of a character's makeup. And from there, I was just sold. And that's really what inspired me to start my channel in the first place. It had everything to do with makeup and everything to do with Disney. So I feel like it was very rare when I was first starting out on YouTube to find a combination of both makeup and Disney. And I feel like now it's literally everywhere because brands are coming out with collaborations with makeup, and it's just so exciting for me. It's literally like they combine two of my passions and just mash them into one. So I definitely have a pretty decent collection. I wouldn't say it's the biggest collection, mainly because I do feel like the collections that have been coming out, like from Colourpop and things like that, are more on the newer side. And so I want to say the majority of the items that you're gonna see here were gifted to me. And that is because I try not to buy myself that much makeup. I have quite the heavy collection of makeup, and I have more than what can last me in a lifetime. So I really try to stay away from buying it for myself. So that is why you are not gonna see a lot of Colourpop, like the Frozen palettes or the Mulan, anything like that. Anything that's newer, you're not really gonna see it here in this collection because, like I said, I try to stay away from buying myself more makeup as best as I can. But fortunately, I do have a lot of makeup to show you because I get gifted this stuff because my family knows that I love makeup and I love Disney, so bless them. So the things I'm gonna get started with first are the things that you probably don't see in these kind of videos too often. I'm talking about the little random collaborations that certain brands have done with Disney. I wanna say even before Colourpop dug their claws into the Disney franchise. So one of the first items I have here is a L'Oreal Infallible Never Fail eyeliner. This is a collab that they did with Disney, and it is just, there's nothing about it, you guys. Like the head was not like shaped like a Mickey. It's just specifically that the cap had Mickey print on it. So I was like, well, obviously I need that because hello. So anything with Mickey designs on it, I tend to buy it. So here's one of them, super random, but it had Mickey heads on it, so I needed it naturally. Same, I think it was with that collaboration, I grabbed the L'Oreal, what is this called? Color Rich lipstick, and this is in the color Matte Caron. I think it's supposed to be like a macaroon, but like spin on that. You see what's on there? A little Mickey head. I don't know if you can see it there, but you can see the outline of my favorite mouse. And then the lipstick itself is super plain. It's like this plain blush pink. No idea what that has to do with Mickey, but I didn't care. It had Mickey's silhouette on it, so naturally I needed it. Another kind of random item I wanted to go over was a collaboration that Minnie Mouse did with Sephora. I just picked up the lipstick. I feel like other things came out, but this is the only thing that I purchased from this collection. And it is Disney Minnie, and it says Sephora Minnie's Perfect Red Lipstick. Now this, you guys, I'm not usually one to buy things and be like, oh, I'm never gonna use that. But I can be when it comes to my makeup. So this is one of those things. The packaging on this is just stunning. It's in this beautiful gold tube. It has Minnie's polka dots all over it, and along with Minnie's head and her little bow. It's just so beautiful. It's so chic, but wait till you guys see the actual lipstick itself. So on the lipstick, it's got this perfect little indent, a great application if you were to use it, but if you can see that little print, there's a mini head right on the lip. So I will not be using this because I never want that to go away. And then on the actual tube part of the lipstick itself, it says XOXO Mini. So I needed to add this to my lipstick collection. I think it's so beautiful. It is such a true red, but unfortunately, I'm never gonna know what it's gonna look like on me because I'm never wearing this. Never want that little mini head to go away. So another kind of random item that I purchased was from the MAC collection that they collaborated with Disney with when the live action Cinderella came out. And that is this lipstick in the shade Royal Ball. It's one of their luster lipsticks. You guys know blue is my favorite color. I love the packaging. It's this beautiful baby blue with a gold trim on the outside. And the tube itself is this beautiful iridescent light blue. It's got Cinderella written on the front. And it's, again, nothing crazy special. It's just one of their luster lipsticks. And the shade of the lipstick is this kind of dusty baby pink, which is definitely not something that I wear. But I love the packaging, and unfortunately, I am a sucker for packaging. So that was that. Next, I'm gonna move on to a collection that is from one of my favorite makeup brands ever, and that is Dose of Colors. For Mickey's 90th or around there, Colourpop created this beautiful palette. It's just, you guys know Mickey is my favorite. So when they came out with a palette and a lip combo for Mickey, I was thrilled. So this is the eyeshadow palette here. I love the packaging on this. So when you think of Mickey, you think the black and white, but you think like the red and the yellow. And I like that they kept the iconic colors of Mickey on the front, but they added some chic qualities to it by adding this reflective gold. There are some adorable pictures of Mickey in the background behind here, and they even took it up a step further on the back, displaying all the shades in little Mickey heads. Like, Dose of Colors gets it. You put anything in a Mickey shape and like, yes, we want it, right? I'm just a huge fan of Dose of Colors. I love Anna. I know that she puts out great quality products, and I love that brand. So if you have never tried anything from Dose of Colors, I strongly recommend you do so. I'm a big fan of her formulas for liquid lipsticks. That's something that I will never like not mention. So here are the shades in the little eyeshadow palette. So here we have Let the Show Begin, which is a very glitz and glam, beautiful gold shade. Then we have Hug Me, which is a perfect transition shade. We have Hooray, which is kind of like a reflective blue glitter. It's really pretty. Oh Boy is another really muted brown that is perfect for a transition shade or blending shade as well. M is for Mischief, which is this deep red color that I love. I feel like those really complement my eyes. Being a brunette, I feel like those burnt reds and oranges are just like made for you. So that's a color that I'm obsessed with. And lastly, we have this shade Oh Shucks, which is kind of like a deep blue. I haven't worked with that shade too much. It's a matte, kind of like purpley blue, so I don't really have a desire to work with that color too much. But if you were to create a look with this palette, that shade would be perfect to deepen up the crease or add some definition to your eyeshadow look. And then of course on the far right we have the shade Beyond Classic, and that is a perfect highlight shade. I do think that they incorporated a lot of gold into this eyeshadow palette slash high cheek combo duo, whatever. I love gold in any and everything, so the fact that they have it in the packaging, in the eyeshadow, and in the highlight is just perfect for me. So I think that this is a great way that they celebrated Mickey's birthday, and I'm so happy that I have this because I really feel like you can create a ton of looks with this eyeshadow palette. Now along with that, I do have the lip combo that was sold at the same time. So this is the lip, what is this? It's kind of like a long lipstick, but this is in the shade Forever, along with the lip gloss in One and Only. This little long lipstick that I'm trying to explain to you guys, these shades are nude, which I feel go so well with this eyeshadow palette. But this one had a Mickey on it, and I was so sad to see it go. Along with the gloss, I just love both of these shades. I think they're so beautiful and super wearable. I know that a lot of people out there are not the biggest lip gloss kind of people. It is annoying, it gets in your hair, that kind of thing, but I think that there is something so sexy or attractive about like a luscious lip with gloss on it. So I do love lip gloss. This one I think is such a beautiful shade, like even by itself, look at the pigment on that. And that's what I mean. I applaud Anna because I feel like it's really hard to get pigment on gloss, and she did an amazing job. So these two are definitely a favorite of mine. Just that whole collection from Dose of Colors hit it out of the park. I really wanted the collaboration that she did with Minnie Mouse as well, but I had just got this one, so I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna go overboard and get the mini one as well, but I missed out on that one. All right, so I guess that just leaves us with Colourpop. I love Colourpop. I have been a big fan of Colourpop for a while. Their liquid lipsticks are also another great formula, being way more on the cost-friendly side, so I do love the company for that. It is very cost-effective. So for instance, let's say you are a beginner to makeup and you aren't really necessarily wanting to start off going to the MAC counter or going to Dose of Colors. That is totally okay. I do suggest trying out Colourpop. They have so many great products for a very reasonable price. So I just kind of wanted to say that first and foremost. If you don't know about Colourpop Cosmetics, they are very affordable, and I love that about them because their products, usually when you find something that's affordable, you tend to sacrifice the quality of the product for the price. So I don't find that to be true with Colourpop. I think that their products are really great. I'm gonna get started with the biggest collection I own, and that is from the designer collection. I'm not really gonna go into grave detail on each and every item that I have here, just because I have seen so many reviews, one of them being from one of my great friends, Jossum, here on YouTube. He did a phenomenal review of all of the designer collections, so I will leave his video linked. But for that, I feel like it's been reviewed plenty, so I'm kind of just here to show you guys what's in my collections. So the one bundle, I guess, that I'm so happy to have in this, from this collection, is the Kiss the Girl Luxe Lipstick Bundle. So that is this bundle right here. It came with all 6 lipstick shades. So these are their Luxe lipsticks, as I mentioned. So they are all the same formula. They are all this kind of like, I'm wearing one now. They're not matte, but they don't have like a crazy sheen to them. So they're somewhere in between. So of course I have Princess Tiana, Princess Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, Snow White, and Cinderella, and I have them just as they're depicted here in that exact order. I'm gonna quickly go over them just to show you guys, and I'm gonna do a quick little swatch here. So here is Tiana's. It is the one that I'm wearing right now. It is this beautiful deep burgundy shade. The thing that I do love about these shades is I feel like they are very wearable for a lot of skin tones. I think it's a beautiful shade. It's a very vibrant pop. Next we have Ariel. This is kind of my home with lipstick shades, this kind of nudie, blush pink, dusty rose kind of shade. That's usually what I tend to gravitate to, so that is a big one for me, along with Belle's shade. So again, we have a kind of mauve-y, dusty pink. That's Belle there in on the top. Those are kind of the ranges that I tend to stick to. When I'm feeling a little more feisty, I go for the burgundy lip. So that is why I went with Tiana today, because I'm feeling very feisty apparently. Next we have Princess Jasmine. I'll be honest with you, this is probably my least favorite shade in the whole thing. It's just a super bright hot pink, and I just don't think of this shade when I think of Princess Jasmine. So this one was kind of a miss, like packaging wise, and the shade, like I just don't love it, but whatever. Next we have Snow White, which I love this shade. It is a very kind of cool toned red. I don't see much blue undertones in this shade. It's a little more brown, if you will, but I like that because I feel like when makeup companies come out with a red, they're usually all that true red or a little more on the orange side. So I was very interested to see that they incorporated more brown tones into it. And lastly, we have Cinderella. This shade is also one that I didn't see myself wearing. It's a very like Barbie pink, but I actually wore it for my Cinderella Disney Bound little intro skit, and I didn't hate it. So I definitely see myself wearing all of these. Even Princess Jasmine, I'll probably throw her into the mix at some point. So here are all the shades. Again, this is the one I'm wearing currently. I'm wearing Tiana. I think it is such a beautiful range of wearable everyday lipsticks, depending on your mood. So I think they nailed it with the shades. Again, other than Princess Jasmine, because I'm not crazy about that super Barbie hot pink. So all of this was gifted to me by my mom for Christmas, I believe. Naturally, she also got me the designer collection. It's a princess thing eyeshadow palette. So I am a big fan of the packaging of this palette. The whole campaign, I think that it is such a great, like, just so out of the box. So as I was mentioning with the Dose of Colors packaging, I was like, it's classic Mickey, it's me all day, I love it. They did their own spin with this. They took so many of our beloved favorite princesses and just glammed the hell out of them, and I love that. They all just look so chic and so stylish in their own ways, and I love that. They didn't give them all one uniform look. They all have their own style, their own spin to them, so that definitely pulled me into this product as well, for sure. So here we have, of course, all of the princesses just looking fierce and fabulous. I love, love, love the outside of this palette. It's just that in and of itself is just so gorgeous. I'm not the kind of person that like needs a mirror with every item, every palette that comes with it. I use a big old, let me see if it'll come up, this huge thing. So I don't tend to use the mirror that comes in compacts or eyeshadow palettes or anything like that. So I kind of like that they took the approach with doing the princesses signatures on the inside. I think that was a very classy touch. The names of these shadows are just to die for. I can't, they're perfect. So all of the names are just so fitting. I love them. I think that they are so appropriately named, and they just did a phenomenal job with this collection all around, honestly. So that is the eyeshadow palette. I love this. I definitely get good use out of this palette just because there are so many possibilities with it. There are shades that you can do an everyday look, but there are also shimmery shades that you can definitely do like a girls' night out on the town look with it. I don't know where you're going during this quarantine, but you know, whatever, your business is your business. So along with this collection, it also came with the Super Shock shadows. So here, I'm gonna swatch them on this hand. So this one is Be Our Guest, and it is a Super Shock shadow in satin. It's not the most pigmented, but it does have a really pretty sheen to it. The next we have a Super Shock shadow that is an ultra glitter, and this is A Whole New World. That's it there, kind of like a purpley iridescent color. I gotta tell you guys, the payoff on these isn't crazy, but I mean, if you want a nice little added touch of glitter, I think it'll do the job. The next is a Super Shock Shadow Ultra Metallic, and this is in So This Is Love. So that one gives the most payoff, and it's super glinty and shining, shimmering, splendid, even though that is not the Aladdin themed one, so bad timing there, Erica. The next one is called Almost There, and this is a Super Shock Shadow in Ultra Glitter as well. So this one is also super pigmented. It's got this kind of like brown with blue undertones. It's really pretty. So again, these are beautiful, but I mean, I honestly don't use them that frequently. So do with that information what you will. All right, and last but not least, the very last items in my makeup collection were actually gifted to me from Xoxo in the Galentine's Day swap that I organized earlier this year. So he gifted me the Aurora Sleeping Beauty bundle from Colourpop, and it came with a highlight and a liquid lipstick. So the liquid lipstick is called Prince Philip, naturally, because Sleeping Beauty's bow, and it is such beautifully designed packaging. Again, we have a nice little decent sized vial, and then the lid is like a midnight blue, very glittery. And then the liquid lip itself, I thought it was gonna be super red, but it's actually kind of a coral shade, and I love a vibrant orange red lip. I think it's so beautiful, such a statement lip to wear. So I definitely have used this a couple of times. Along with the liquid lip, it also came with the highlight in the shade Coronation. So it's a pressed powder highlight. Here it is. I have worn it a couple of times, but the payoff isn't amazing with my skin tone. I'm gonna try to show you guys here. So I'm kind of like swatching it like crazy. And it just doesn't really show up on me too well. I wish it did, because it has a really pretty pink undertone, but it's kind of, I'm trying to show you guys somewhere where you can see it. There, can you see it there? There you go. I'm running out of room to swatch, but there you go. It's got like a little bit of pink reflex in it. It is very pretty. I just do wish that it was a little more pigmented, but don't worry, I've got a plethora of highlight to go around. Anyway, that is it. That's gonna do it for my entire Disney makeup collection. I think my entire Disney beauty makeup collection. I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle. It isn't a huge collection. It isn't the tiniest collection, but again, I have so much makeup, you guys. I can't keep buying myself every collection that is coming out. I'm sure that there will be more to come. So I'm gonna get out of here so I can wash my hands and my body of all this makeup that's everywhere. Please let me know in the comments down below if you are a makeup fiend as well and just love collecting makeup, love doing your makeup. Makeup is obviously a serious passion of mine. I love sitting and taking time to myself to do some makeup. So please let me know, what's your favorite part? What is your favorite part of applying your makeup? I would love to know. As always, I want to thank you guys for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope to see you back for the next one. Bye. Ooh. I'll do this hand. Bye.